Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Now with the main headlines. Grand Ayatollah Shirazi emphasizes the importance of celebrating the blessed birth of Imam al-Mahdi Ajjallah Ta'ala Faraj al-Sharif. Pakistan, a coalition deal agreed to form government amid increasing pressure on Shias in Parachinar. United Nations chief calls for the end to ban on girls' education and employment in Afghanistan. And Turkish authorities arrest 6 for allegedly spying on Uyghurs for China. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear viewers. This is Yunus Dawood and you're watching Shia Waves live from London, only on Imam Hussein TV 3. The Supreme Religious Authority, Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq al-Hussein al-Shirazi, has emphasized the importance of actively participating in commemorating the auspicious birth anniversary of the awaited Imam, Imam al-Mahdi Ajjallah Ta'ala Farajuhu al-Sharif. On this blessed occasion, His Eminence delivered a speech urging Muslims and others to understand the essence of the Islamic religion and its perfection, embodied in the Imamah of the Ahlul Bayt alayhum salam. In the statement published on the official website, Grand Ayatollah Shirazi stressed that knowing Allah the Almighty without knowing His Honourable Prophet is incomplete, emphasizing that the fact that knowing Allah and His Honourable Prophet is only accomplished through recognizing the infallible Imam, who is Imam al-Mahdi Ajjallah Ta'ala Farajuhu al-Sharif. The Grand Marja explained that all matters related to Allah the Almighty have been entrusted by His will to the infallibles, and in our current time, these matters are in the hands of Imam al-Mahdi Ajjallah Ta'ala Farajuhu al-Sharif. Grand Ayatollah Shirazi called on Shia followers in Iraq and across the world to celebrate the blessed occasion of the birth of Imam of our time and to observe his rituals, especially in the holy city of Karbala. These recommendations come as crowds of pilgrims continue their journey on foot towards the holy city of Karbala to commemorate this blessed occasion. Two of Pakistan's leading political parties finally arrived at a formal agreement to form a coalition government, Al Jazeera has reported, days after inconclusive national elections failed to deliver a clear majority. The Pakistan People's Party, or the PPP, and the Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz (PMLPN) joined forces to achieve the required numbers to form a government. PMLPN Prime Minister and President and former Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif said on Tuesday. Based on the agreement, Shahbaz Sharif will be the coalition candidate for PM position, while Asif Ali Zardari would be the alliance candidate for president. Meanwhile, state repression has once again escalated in Parachinar, with attempts to isolate the Shia community. According to ABNA, trees have been cut in the Pewar Gudu forest, leading the people of Pewar to file complaints. Despite notifying government agencies, no action was taken and the cutting operation was repeated. The news agency added that in this ensuing clashes, 1 soldier was killed and 2 Shias were injured. Consequently, Pewar is now under siege and numerous people have been detained. Antonio Guterres on Tuesday urged the reversion of the outrageous ban on girls' access to education and employment in Afghanistan, KP news agency have reported. The Secretary General of the United Nations also emphasized that women and girls in Afghanistan should have meaningful participation in all aspects of life. In his statement on social media on platform X, Guterres called on the world leaders to ensure that the needs and the rights of all Afghan citizens are a top priority for the current authorities in the country. He also points out that the dire economic situation in Afghanistan, stressing that the UN's humanitarian response plan has received less than 3% of the required budget. Over the past 2 years, many female activists and protesters, as well as countless others, have been detained by the Taliban under the pretext of bad hijab. Let us remind our respective viewers of today's headlines. Grand Ayatollah Shirazi emphasizes the importance of celebrating the blessed birth anniversary of Imam al-Mahdi Ajjallah Ta'ala Farajuhu al-Sharif. Pakistan coalition deal agreed to form government amid increasing pressure in Shias in Parachinar. United Nations chief calls for the end to ban on girls' education and employment in Afghanistan. Also tonight, Indian farmers decline proposed government deal set to continue march on New Delhi. Turkish officials have arrested 6 individuals on suspicion of spying on Uyghurs in Turkey for China's intelligence agency, with another suspect currently being pursued by the police, Anadolu News Agency reported on Tuesday. According to the report, prosecutors in Istanbul have identified 7 individuals believed to be collecting information on prominent members of the Uyghur community and affiliated organizations in Turkey. Although further details were not provided, it is estimated that around 50,000 Uyghurs reside in Turkey, representing the largest Uyghur diaspora outside of Central Asia. The Uyghurs share close ethnic, religious and linguistic ties with the Turkish people, as they are predominantly Muslim and speak a Turkic language. The Chinese government has faced international criticism for its treatment of the Uyghur minority in the Xinjiang region. Reports have emerged of mass detentions, forced labor, religious repression and human rights abuses against the Uyghur population. And now we'll continue with some shorter news. The Health Department in the Holy City of Karbala announced today its readiness and emergency plans for the coming mid-Sha'ban pilgrimage. Dr. Sabah al-Musawi, the General Director of the department, said that the department will launch its plans for the coming mid-Sha'ban pilgrimage at the beginning of next week. He explained that the plans include the distribution of 101 ambulances near emergency centres with the Old City and on the external roads, adding that 8 government hospitals have been prepared and a medical unit has been established at the Sayyidah Zainab Surgical Speciality Centre. Al-Musa also pointed out that 55 health teams have been prepared to monitor drinking, water and food provided to the visitors and to monitor government and private water projects and examine food samples for laboratory testing to determine their suitability for human consumption. The Iraqi Ministry of Culture and Tourism and Antiques announced yesterday, Monday, that it had uncovered relics of buildings and other artifacts dating back to the end of the Sasanian era and the inception of the Islamic era. The ministry said in a statement viewed by Shia Waves agency that the committee overseeing archaeological missions in Iraq visited the site of Tel al-Bedu in holy city of Najaf, where the artifacts were discovered. The head of the committee, Suhail al-Tamimi, said that the artifacts found included glass vessels, flasks, and jars made of pottery, reiterating the community's instructions to continue searching for other archaeological objects expected to be in the same site. Yemen's Houthis say they have targeted what they claim to be an Israeli cargo ship, the MCSC Silver, in the Gulf of Aden, near this entrance to the Red Sea, with a number of missiles, media outlets have reported. According to news reports, the ship targeted has the Galaxy Leader, partially owned by a British company controlled by Israeli businessmen. The Houthis commandeered the ship and sailed to Yemen. The United States announced that the formation of a new maritime force to protect the vessels after multiple shipping companies have ordered their fleet to hold transiting in Bab el-Mandeb Strait, all convenient around South Africa, creating a global trade crisis. In a groundbreaking discovery, Australian astronomers have stumbled upon the most luminous object ever observed in the universe, dubbed a quasar. This colossal phenomenon is powered by an extraordinary black hole that engulfs the equivalent of a sun each day. The scientists said the Australian National University scientists who made this revelation detected the quasar using a 2.3-meter telescope. They explained that the celestial body shines with a radiance of 500 trillion times brighter than our own sun. The light emitted by the quasar took a staggering 12 billion years to transcend space and reach Earth. The black hole at the heart of this cosmic spectacle possesses a mass roughly 17 billion times than our own sun, making it the fastest growing black hole ever recorded. The United States once again used its veto power on Tuesday to block a draft resolution in the United Nations Security Council regarding the Israel-Hamas war, Reuters have reported. The resolution called for an immediate humanitarian ceasefire, but the US insisted and pushed for a temporary ceasefire linked to the release of hostages held by Hamas. 13 council members voted in favor of the resolution drafted by Algeria, while Britain abstained. The political move marks the 3rd time the US has vetoed a draft resolution since the start of the current fighting on October 7th, which has resulted in the killing of almost 29,000 Palestinians. Indian farmers camping outside the New Delhi rejected a government proposal for a 5-year guaranteed price contract for certain crops, demanding guaranteed prices for all their crops. In addition to guaranteed prices, the farmers also wanted the government to double their incomes, provide pensions and waive loans, claiming that agriculture is no longer viable due to stagnant crop prices and rising costs. The farmers plan to rescue their march on New Delhi on Wednesday, resuming a move that began last week and was led by farmers from Punjab and Haryana. According to protesters, the Indian government's protest in 2021 has led to the current protests. We have reached the end of today's Shia Wave show. Let's remind our dear viewers of today's headlines. Grand Ayatollah Shirazi emphasizes the importance of celebrating the blessed birth anniversary of Imam al-Mahdi Ajjalallah Ta'ala Farajuh Sharif. Pakistan coalition deal agreed to form government amid increasing pressure on Shias in Parachinar. United Nations chief calls for the end to ban on girls' education and employment in Afghanistan. Turkish authorities arrest 6 for allegedly spying on Uyghurs for China. And Indian farmers decline proposed government deal set to continue on march on New Delhi. You can view the latest news on Shia Waves' website, and you can send news of your city or country to be published on a news agency. Contact us on the numbers at the bottom of the screen. This is the end of today's news. Thank you for watching, and we pray to Allah the Almighty to hasten the reappearance of the Master of our time. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Jiddu, I need to tell you a secret. I had an exam today and I cheated on the exam, and to be honest, I feel like it's eating me up inside as if it's haram.
Your father used to do the exact something and would always get in trouble. But